and then I just kind of do my best flipper imitation, leap in the water, and turn into a shark.
Alrighty. So Sean or Gabrian turns into his famous giant shark. Um,
And you can jump me if you want.
Sean.
I'm sorry. It was poor taste. Poor taste. Happy days joke.
You look like Connie.
Oh my God. Okay. And this is the one. This is when I start to actually hit record on OBS. Okay. So um. Okay. So you guys jump Sean's shark, and he does manage. Actually, Sean, I am gonna, even though you are in the water, you do have four grown beings on
I'm
your
gonna
back. So
one at one at a.
I'm gonna have you
I'm gonna
make an
do it.
athletics check
That's
really
cool.
quick.
I'm actually gonna do it one at a time though, just simply to
Oh,
minimize
okay.
any dangers
Yeah,
and all that. But
yeah. Okay. Well,
I can throw
if you're
four
only doing
athletics
it
real
one
quick.
at a time, you don't have to worry about the athletics. But
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
yeah.
because I'm not getting. I don't like crowded elevators. No.
Okay. So it takes you about maybe 15-20 minutes. Um, it takes you about 2-3 hours to shuttle everyone across. um, and Thargus especially is really heavy with all that armor and gear and weapons, and
Does that give him enough time to attune with how long I'm taking?
it gives him enough time to now attune, so he's now attuned to his frost brand. Um,
Woohoo! I'm helping.
so anyhow, okay, so you guys get to the beachhead. Um, the sand itself is it's typical sand. It's only a maybe a little sandbar about 10 yards long, maybe about 5 or 6 yards deep from the coast or from the cliff face. But it does lead up to this little switchback path cut into the cliff that allows you to kind of walk, if somewhat precariously, up to the top of the cliff. Though it is only about 10 or 15 feet high, or about 15-20 feet high, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to make you roll for it or anything. Um, as you crest this cliff, you notice a little ways off to your right, towards the west, um, something that looks like maybe some kind of building ruins. Um, like what you. Well, actually, make a perception check really quick. Everyone is a group check. Did I lose you guys?
Ooh.
I am still here. I'm
Ah,
just
Sorry,
my
I'm still
rolls are
here. I'm
taking a
just
while.
muted.
What am I doing?
nice.
Sean totally nailed it.
Sean
What-
is on a roll today. Jeez, man.
What are we doing right now?
Group perception check.
Sorry. Guys, if I phase in and out, I apologize in advance.
No worries.
Okay.
Thargus is just too deeply involved with admiring this new sword of his.
I'm
Um,
still tuning.
No, you're attuned by now. You're attuned by now.
Oh, well.
And actually, Sean, you would actually notice this actually does look like the ruined kind of base of what could have possibly been maybe a light tower or maybe a watchtower of something like that. It's about maybe a little less than a quarter mile to the west. Because the sun setting behind it made it a little easier to see.
I hold out. I do a cantrip with my hand and kind of show the party what Gordon and I are seeing. And this is up above the cliff face, right?
Yes, it's sitting up on top of the cliff at the top
Okay.
side. You do not, however, notice any giants anywhere.
And no light coming from this lighthouse.
And-
It looks like a derelict building.
It looks like it's ruined. Like just all that's left is the base.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool. All right. I kind of quietly talk to the party. Do you think we should just go investigate these ruins and continue on?
I would like to go see.
Yeah, there might be some clues.
Yeah.
At least maybe a slightly better vantage point.
And we might be able to tell if this was a recent damage or, if it's been in ruins for a while. Because if it's recent,
Uh,
it might be these fire giants that we're after.
yeah, that's a good possibility. Maybe the fire giants destroyed it. Yeah. How heavily or how well wooded is the approach, or is this kind of more barren
It's a
stone?
little more barren. It's like what you would see on a normal shoreline. Lots of scrub brush, maybe knee high, some shorter grasslands. Um, it's think of the tops of the cliffs of Dover.
Oh,
Is
okay.
kind of how I pictured this as kind of how it looks scenic
The only
wise.
the only cover we could possibly get is a flock of sheep.
A flock of sheep, maybe the odd larger scrub brush or something like that. Large bush.
All right.
Yeah.
Did I have Pass Without Trace memorized? I did not. Well, I'm gonna. I guess I'm gonna start sneaking up there. Anyone
Okay.
want to join me? And I'm going to use. Oh, go ahead.
Isn't Pass Without Trace one of my automatics?
Pass Without Trace is an available ranger spell if you have it prepared, yeah.
I'm trying to remember. And 15,
It actually does not look like you have it.
not on there.
Pretty sure
Oh,
she had it.
Updated. I haven't updated my fucking spell list. Well, fuck. Okay. Fine. Back to the... Okay, I'm going up the cliff with you. Up the path. Up the switchback trail. I'm
Oh,
going up there.
Stephanie, really quick. You have a bit of a quiet problem. You're coming in a little low.
Because my mic is not next to my mouth?
That is much better.
That works.
Okay. I will move the mic. Sorry.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, you
All right.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
Is that
go ahead.
better?
Go ahead.
That's
Guys.
much better. Oh, I was gonna say, as we start sneaking along, I'm gonna, kind of pat Thargus as I'm passing him and toss a guidance on him to help with sneaking up.
Okay.
I imagine
Um,
Nim doesn't need any help.
Would Gordon be willing
I will
to
need that.
Would Gordon be willing to give us a heads up
Yeah,
if there's something in the area?
Yep, I'm gonna put Gordon in the air, and I could throw some spot checks off of Gordon if that would help.
He might have better vantage than we do for sure for a spot check.
okay. Yeah.
All right.
Gordon.
18.
Okay. Let me bring this up really quick.
Ooh.
Okay. You guys aren't technically there just yet, so I will bump you out for the moment. Okay. So yeah, you guys see through Gordon's eyes this. And actually, since he is able to see that, I will bring that up. Okay. He sees the ruined circle of this whatever kind of tower this may have been. And there is a large cage in the center of it. And he also sees what looks like a large pile of rubble over in this area over here, kind of offset from the rest. The cage itself, it looks empty, and there is a large amount of blood spattered around the bottom and the bars and through the grass surrounding it.
Does this look like the cage that the giants were carrying?
Yes.
Crap. I'll produce a quick little cantrip of the scene, and tell the party this is the cage the giants were carrying.
Gordon, tell us if the blood looks fresh. Actually,
Sorry,
Is
what's
someone
Steph?
is someone watching TV in the background?
That's me. I'll mute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is pretty much the scene that Gordon projects back to you, and the scene that you see within Gabrian's cantrip.
what I'm asking is, can Gordon tell if that's fresh blood?
Gordon,
This just happened
it's
in the last 12 hours.
Gordon can't really tell that. That would require a bit more of a close-up perception check
Okay.
or investigation.
How far are we from attaining this?
You are maybe about a little less than a quarter mile now. You could probably get there in about 2 or 3 minutes if you jogged it.
Okay. I'm putting some speed then.
Okay. So Kazira is going to go ahead and jog it out. Everyone following her?
Yes.
Okay. So I will now go ahead and bring you guys back in.
We need initiative yet?
Nope, no initiative yet. So you guys arrive at this tower. It's actually kind of small for what would be a guard tower. So you assume it must have probably been at least maybe a light tower at one point. It's roughly about 45 feet in diameter. And you can just see the top of the cage kind of cresting over the top of this outer wall right here. The outer wall on the east side is a little taller. It's maybe about 8 or 9 feet high still, but it kind of tapers down towards the ground on either end.
What would be better at this point, an investigation or a perception check?
Depends on what you're looking for.
I want to determine the time frame that this happened in. So how fresh is the blood, and the time frame of the destruction of the tower. So is this old ruins that have been there for a long time, or is this a freshly destroyed lighthouse?
Okay, first I'll have you run an investigation check on, or actually, a history check on the ruins.
Okay. And that's a 26.
Okay, the building itself is old. It is old. The stonework looks like it's shown wear and tear from weathering. The grout that holds the bricks together is kind of begun to chip and shuttle away.
But the destruction
itself, itself is fairly recent, maybe within the last month or so ish, between a couple of weeks to a month.
Okay, so I'm going to leap to the conclusion that the giants did this.
Possible. No clear definition, no clear definitive evidence of it, but it's a safe assumption.
Until I can talk to a local and find out what the scoop is. Okay, so that was my history. So now you want.
So now I need an investigation check on the cage.
Wow.
Nice.
I own that fucking cage. I know how it was made. I know who made it. I know how to reproduce it.
The cage itself.
I can do this cage.
Yeah, the cage itself is a kind of shoddy workmanship. It looks like it was forged by amateurs, but it's still very sturdy.
Obviously, still did the job.
Yeah, it did the job it needed to do nicely. It is empty, of course. There are a number of somewhat smaller limbs, the odd hand, foot, maybe a
Oh,
full leg here and there. The blood is very fresh, maybe within the last hour. Um,
Are we adjacent to the cage now?
if you want to be, yeah.
Oh,
You guys have
sorry, I didn't move myself.
you guys have movement of your characters, so.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I was gonna say I'm in the middle of a freaking tower right now.
But with your natural 20, you also notice something else. Coming from about the northwestern corner of the rubble, you actually begin to hear something that sounds like moans.
Okay, I'm gonna go check that shit out.
Okay. There's a lot of bricks and rubble here. I'll need you to give me a strength check.
Okay, let's hope I do better than I did before. No, not so awesome.
Yeah, these bricks are a bit much. You're gonna need some
Okay,
help.
I'm gonna yell for Thargus because he's the strongest dude I know.
Okay. Robert, are
Thargus,
you back?
please. Is he muted?
Wait a minute. Why can I not click on those? Oh, because I'm in the GM layer. That's why. Thargus, are you back? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move him in really quick. Put you in there as well. Nim is just going to kind of scout the outer tower, keep a lookout. Thargus is going to do... I'll have both of you roll strength checks for this one.
Again?
Yeah.
Okay. Do better. Oh, fuck. Okay, strength is not my thing. And I've got an 18 for strength, for fuck's sake. I should be doing better than this.
So should Thargus. He only rolled a 7. These bricks
Okay,
are really
so-
giving you guys a hard time.
Is there some sort of magical thing on this brick? God damn it.
Well, you can do an Arcana check if you want.
Oh, well, no, apparently not.
There's no obvious magic on the bricks. Thargus is gonna give this one more shot.
I'm gonna take my free action to scream at the top of my fucking lungs.
That's a little better. He does manage to shift some of the rubble. So this time I'll let you guys do a strength check with advantage.
Okay, I don't know how to do that.
At the top of your character sheet, there
I
should
hit
be that.
advantage,
You
and
click
then hit
advantage,
Okay.
and then click on strength.
Oh. Okay, I like
Much
that better.
Much better.
That was awesome.
So you guys managed to clear the rubble out. You see what looks like a human laying in the rubble. However, it's a very, very familiar human. You see laying there, kind of bloody, bruised, and battered, but still breathing. Julian.
What?
What do I have?
I conjure. Hold on. I am going to throw out a Lemur
Fireball!
of
Boom!
Healing. No. Oops. I'm sorry. I'll punch you with that spell. I'm going to summon a Lemur of Healing.
A
Okay.
Lemur of
I've
Healing?
got a bee to cure wounds.
What's going on?
We've rescued Julian and now we're gonna heal the shit out of him.
Oh,
Okay, so
sorry.
Julian receives 3 points of healing.
And this is a heal over time. So for the next
Okay.
several minutes, he's going to get 1d6 per round. So 1d6 per 6 seconds, essentially.
Okay. That's enough to bring Julian back to consciousness. Ruth, you wake, your eyes kind of flutter open, pain racks your body, your bones feel battered, your muscles feel bruised and pulled, and you can hardly see out of one eye because it's kind of swollen shut. And the irony taste of blood kind of still fresh in your mouth. However, you do look up through your one good eye and see the the familiar faces of Thargus and Kazira looking down at you.
We must really be on a mission for the gods because I thought I lost you guys back there.
You lost us. We lost you. What happened?
Yeah, you disappeared.
It's a long story. Let's get the hell away from here. These giants have been fighting for days.
Fighting the humans, fighting each other, fighting what?
All of it. Everything.
Shit.
All of it.
Okay.
They had Leowyn for a while, I think.
Shit. So you're telling me this is not a safe place to hang out for the moment? Let's go back to the boat.
Boat.
Yeah, we have a boat. I can't think of anywhere else we can.
Rob,
hole up.
did they find Leowyn? Or was I on a wild goose chase to begin with? Do we know?
No, Leowyn was definitely in the cage. However, there's no sign of any living beings anymore within the area.
I'm pretty sure you're the only survivor. There's a lot of body parts, and I don't even know how to begin to identify any of them.
Yeah, if you've got a boat, I can see how well I can walk. Now, at the moment,
Area.
Well, over the next 9 rounds, you receive a good 35 points of healing, so you should be able to gradually get better and better with time. So,
yeah.
And during this time, a strange, wispy, ringed lemur is hovering over you and picking ticks or whatever it perceives out of your hair and grooming you.
Well, like I said, I like to move it.
Okay.
Right.
How well are you walking?
Probably not very well, but enough to get the hell away from here.
yeah, if you take a good 9 rounds, maybe a little less than a minute of to let this healing kind of work its magic, Julian should be able to walk fairly well at this point.
Does he still have his bags?
Yes. You still have all your adventuring gear, everything you
What's
left.
the likelihood that he still has his canteen?
Well, let me check something there really quick. You have your canteen, however, it has been punctured and lost about 3/4 of its contents.
Anyone have? Oh, but it still
has
some
some water in it, yeah.
All right. Well, while he's limping along, he's going to swish his mouth out,
Okay.
kind of wash his hands and his face, and then dry him on his shirt because he doesn't really care. It's been a really rough couple days.
I gesture for the canteen.
Oh, he'll hand it to you.
I throw a mend on it while we're walking along and asking Julian what happened.
Like I said, it's a really long story, and all that really matters is we're very clearly all on the same path. Because I had a vision while I was cleaning the bow, and I've been having some personal issues that I'd rather not discuss. You're all aware of the fact that I wasn't able to cast for a while. And so I thought I would go find out what the hell was going on. And it's all led me back to you. So next time I'll just start asking in the group. But like I said, I thought I had found Leowyn. She'd been taken by the giants. And I got this far, and then there was a fight between the giants, and then there was a fight between us and one group of giants, and we were taken, and another group came and got us. And I saw her, but was not able to speak to her. And I don't identify any of the parts in the cage I was in as being her parts, but she wasn't very happy to see me. So she may just as easily have escaped and left me for dead. I have no idea what's gone on here. It's just been a mess.
That doesn't seem like Leowyn to abandon you.
Well, she abandoned us. Something was going on.
I thought she was taken.
No. I thought she left us. I thought she got up one morning and left, just like I did.
Wow.
That is kind of how it went down. Leowyn just kind of up and vanished without a trace.
No, and I can tell you later. I look right at. Oh shit, Stephanie, what is your character's name?
0.
I don't have my notes.
You can just call her Kaz.
Here we are. Sorry, no, I have all of my character stuff. It's just been 6 months since I've looked at it. I'll look right at Kazira and tell you. I will tell you later.
I'm looking forward to hearing the tale.
Yeah. Well, it's only you and is it Gabion? Gabrion
Yep.
that have any hope of being able to help him figure this out any further anyway.
I am a sister.
Sadly, it's not a Dwarvis problem. And the thief might be able to help me, but he won't be able to help. She won't be able to help me here. I need casters. So, all right.
I will do whatever I can.
So yeah, we're on our way to the boat. How successful is he going to be, Robbed? What do I need to roll
You shouldn't have to roll anything. The healing you receive
to get down the hill?
Yeah, between Gabrion and Kazira's healing, you're in pretty good enough shape to kind of hold your own at this point.
Alrighty. Now, what did you want to insert from the story or anything? Rob?
I
Because once we're back
leave
on the
that
boat-
I leave that entirely up to you. Whatever you want them to know or not know is all up to you.
Okay.
So yeah, that's your RP to make. I'll leave it that way.
Well, once we're back at the boat, then, and we're assured that we're out of throwing reach of giants.
Yeah, there's no sign of giants. However, Nim is going to pipe up. I did a little.
Oh,
On
we
the
do
slide.
have Nim with us also?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
controlling Nim until Gary gets back. Nim does kind of pipe up and holler to everyone. She's kind of observing the area to around the west side of the tower. And hey guys, I think you should check this out. I found something a little disturbing.
Okay.
Run over
It's-
and check it out.
It's kind of hard for you to see, but as Nim kind of points things out and shows you not just what you're looking at, but what to look for, you do notice what looks like a large set of tracks. And by large, as in 1 foot, Thargus could stand within one. Yeah.
Do the prints look exactly like that?
Close enough. They're the closest representation I could find in any of the illustration libraries at my disposal.
Can I do a nature check on them?
You could
Yeah, I'm gonna
do a
assist.
actually a survival check.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, well, then I can't do
There
that.
you go.
13.
That's fair to middling.
So if everyone's going to do it, we'll just go ahead and do a group survival check really quick. And then success depends on how many of you guys succeed.
Pray to God I survive it.
Survive a survival check?
Oh. 19
Not
is
bad.
good.
Not bad. All right. Yeah. You've actually come across these tracks before. They are most definitely draconic in nature.
Oh.
Though the shape is a little different from the white dragon you encountered, you definitely can tell they are the tracks of a some form of dragon, though you're not sure exactly what type.
Okay, now can I do a nature check or should I do an arcana check?
Now you can do a nature check.
Sister.
Yes, hello.
Okay, these are very definitely, hands down, the tracks of at least somewhere between a young and an adult red dragon.
Oh boy.
Ooh, I'd really like some red dragon hide to go with the white dragon hide that I'm making, whatever the hell it is I'm making. I can't remember. What am I making? A cloak or
It's
armor or
basically
something?
a cloak, yeah.
Oh, some red would be nice to line my white cloak, don't you think? Let us repair to the boat and refresh ourselves, and then come track this son of a bitch down and kill the shit out of it.
Well, you can
I'm
obviously
for that.
you can definitely tell from the tracks from your original survival check that the tracks are heading bring up my drawing tool.
The same way that the giants were going?
No, the giants were headed west. That's where the giants were heading. And I'm still in the damn DM layer. I gotta remember what layers I'm in. The giants went off to the west. These tracks kind of go around the tower
Towards the water.
towards the water, looking maybe northeast.
Oh. Dragons swim?
No, but they fly.
Oh, that's true. I'm gonna look up.
Look up.
And do I need to investigate, or what the hell do I need
No,
to do?
you see just a
Spot. I don't have a spot check.
you see just a semi-cloudy kind of bluish sky, sun dipping near the west.
I want a spot check, god damn it.
Exactly what is it you're looking for?
For a little dot in the sky that might resolve itself into a
Oh.
dragon.
Oh, yeah, then if you're looking for something specific like that, then yes, I will need you to make a perception check.
Perception, okay.
I'll throw a.
Are you going to proceed with me?
I will assist, and I will throw a whatchamacallit, the spell, the thing that does the thing. It's called guidance. I'm gonna throw guidance
Okay,
on
you're
her
gonna,
as well.
okay. I'll wait for you to throw the guidance before I perceive.
So I put my hand on her shoulder and look up with her.
And booyah. Soft 20. Now, what does guidance do? Does it give her a +1
D4
d4?
plus 1d4. 1d4.
Okay. So
You
this
well,
this
that's
actually will possibly make a difference. So go ahead and roll a d4 for me, Sean.
oh, good.
And a 3. So you have 23. Yes, that does actually make a difference. You see absolutely nothing, just as
Okay.
previously described before.
Well, I'm feeling slightly better, but not that much better. I think we need to get the fuck back to the boat.
I agree.
All in on that.
All right.
Okay.
And there's nothing. There are no personal effects or anything to take back to the people at the town that was just raided.
Make an investigation check.
All right, I'm gonna.
Can I get
Okay.
an assist on that?
So roll investigation with advantage.
Oh, I just clicked it, and it is taking forever to click.
Okay, and I just roll a straight investigation.
I'll roll one more real quick.
This is just to help. This basically just gives Sean advantage on his.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, when you say I'm going to assist someone, it gives them advantage on their
Okay,
on
so
their
I don't
check.
actually have to roll
Yeah,
it.
you don't have to actually
Oh,
roll
okay.
anything.
That's good.
So,
So
Sean,
investigation of 27.
Yeah,
27.
that's not bad.
That's the odd thing about this is it looks like even the limbs left over, everything has been picked clean of everything.
Oh,
There is no jewelry, there isn't a speck of gold dust, there isn't even a piece of parchment left behind.
we
Any
even
possible personal items on these people are gone.
there's no way to identify anything other than these are human parts.
Yeah.
That sucks.
All right. Okay. Bummer. And to Julian's point, does Julian say that as Julian's picking through the remains, looking for signs of Lilwyn?
hmm
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I say, yeah, she's either left me for dead or she's dead.
now,
I've got no
Kazira,
way to know.
I can tell you because of your initial investigation roll with the tracks, there are 0 other tracks leading away from this other than what possibly could be giants. No medium to large size humanoids, or even smaller, at all in this area.
So either if there were survivors, they were carried away, or
Or
there are survivors.
there were no survivors.
Nobody crawled.
Do I
out.
recall that there were more than one cage from the first place where we were taken?
No, there was just
Could
the
the
one.
dragon have
Yeah,
taken an entire cage?
it's just the one cage that they
Okay.
brought.
So
So yeah, it
Yeah.
didn't carry away a second cage or anything.
Yuck.
Besides, I'd have been ripping off my clothes and dropping them if I was being carried in a cage by a dragon. I'd be counting on somebody to be smart enough to follow the trail.
follow that. Yeah.
Julian's a guy, he can wing it out and pee. Maybe a dog can follow it. He'd find a way to be found.
That's definitely a creative way to leave a trail. I'll give it that.
Well, you
Um,
got to find a way. All right, so back to the boat we go.
Okay.
Hi ho, hi ho.
So you guys head back to the boat. Sean, I'm assuming you're going to go ahead and ferry everyone back to the boat in
Yes.
wild shape.
Did you
Yep.
just switch us to a different map, Rob?
Yeah, it's back to
Okay.
the region map.
Okay. Well, I'm having a hard time learning how to navigate it so that it's not
Now,
constantly
Yeah, now here's
dropping me face first inside of the letter B.
here's a quick tutorial. In order to move the map around, just
Mhm.
hold down the right mouse button,
Mhm.
and that'll grab it, and you can move the map around.
Oh, hey.
In
Thank
order-
you.
That's awesome.
In order
I've been
to-
using the slide bars top and bottom and the size thingy. So-
and then obviously to zoom in and out, you have that slide bar in the upper left.
Mhm.
So that's
Mine is defaulting right now up close enough that I was sitting inside of the B on the bay.
yeah.
It's like just automatically as far in as it can go. So I'll have
So
to
yeah,
play with it.
that's a
figure
quick
it out.
map tutorial. And we'll go over a lot of the other stuff. I don't really foresee very much in the way of actual game mechanics taking place here for this session. So I'll just cover things as they come. We'll go more in depth in the last 2 hours of the day.
And
So-
I promise I'll update my character sheet.
I think we already did in the last session.
I haven't updated my spell sheet at all.
Oh yeah. You'll still have to update your spells, but
Yeah.
everything else should be taken care of.
Yeah, I
Um,
think all the other stuff was done.
Yeah.
I just didn't get my spell sheet.
And with clerics, rangers, druids, their spells are kind of different from mages and sorcerers.
Yeah.
In that they have access to all the spells in their spell lists. They just can only have a certain limited number of them prepared ahead of time.
Exactly.
So you can change each long rest. You can change your spells however you want.
Yeah.
Just limited by how many you can prepare.
Yeah. Just haven't updated. I've got spell slots empty that I didn't prepare because I'm dumbass. So
Okay, so
get that shit fixed.
you guys are pretty much right here off the coast of that watchtower.
Right.
Where do you want to go? What do you want to do from here?
All right. Well, as soon as Kaz and Julian are both on board the boat, he's going to pull her to the side as far from where everyone else is getting on as possible.
Hmm.
Okay.
And I put the note in there. Everybody's going to hear it, but the rule is only Kazira actually knows
So,
the information because
so
some of it's
medic, you can actually
written,
whisper to her if you want.
you know, so she would have read it.
You can
Right.
actually whisper
But
her the
we're
info
going to
if you want.
talk, and so
Okay.
people are going to hear it. So I'm just
Oh,
giving
okay.
the reminder that only Kazira's character is clear on what she's being told. Everyone else may overhear small bits and pieces, but they don't know the story.
Well, depending on
Um,
how long it takes, I can just have the guys duck out of the chat.
Oh no, I'm not going to do that.
All right.
Even Kazira is not going to get the unabridged at the moment. We're too busy doing stuff.
Okay.
Um,
So then I'm just going to put it out there. The metagaming penalties do apply, gentlemen. So keep that in mind.
Kazira, I've known since right about our first mission together, since we've been on this mission that we're on now, that something's wrong with me. I have memories that I don't have, but I know they're mine. I know people when I meet them on the street that I've never met. And I've had visions and nightmares where I'm remembering things that don't involve me. And so I was very concerned, and I actually went to the leadership, and I can't remember the name of the group that we're actually working for or were. So I apologize about that. But I went to the leadership and I actually spoke to them and told them that I was worried, and was told at that time that they've known all along that I had a dual personality, that something about me was being magically split away, and they just trusted me to be honest. That's as much as I got. So I did some more research because I found some necromancy spells in my spell book that I know how to cast, and I've never known how to do that. I'm an illusionist. And one of the symbols on Leowin's bow caused me to have memories of a woman. Obviously, what's the name, Rob, of the other group? The dark side,
The circle?
Circle?
the circle. Obviously, a witch for the circle. And I was sitting in the room with her, and she was speaking to me like I was her friend. And so I decided that regardless of how difficult it would be to leave you all, I needed to go. I needed to know what's going on with me so that I can cast reliably, so that I can cast illusion spells reliably and not reanimate dead mice because I don't know what I'm doing. And so I left. Well, when I woke up, and he's going to show you in his journal,
Okay.
his spell book, I had a note from myself in my own handwriting that I didn't write. And it just says very simply, we are two minds in one body. And it's starting to bleed, and we're both losing abilities and skills that we know, which means we're probably about to die. So go get help. Well, in the process of going to get help, I found out that it looked like Leowin may have been kidnapped. And so I went ahead and came out here, and giants, and apparently also dragons, which I'm glad I was unconscious for, and more giants, you know, and now we're all back together. But I'm going to need your help to help me try to sort out what's going on between the two parts of my mind, whether I've been being used as a spy, because that's what I think I have been being used as, or whether there are just two parts of my mind and some spell somewhere split me. I have no idea. So plain and simple, down and dirty. He just confessed to you something that the dwarf will kill him for.
Okay. Okay. First of all, I keep this under our hat as you have been doing. That's a wise choice. Second, as I said before, I am at your service as a ranger and as a cleric to help you in any way that I can. As a sidebar, Stephanie knows a lot about psychology and is trying really hard not to use that knowledge in game. Back to being Kazira now.
Sidebar, metagaming penalties do apply.
I'm
Yes,
trying
yes.
really hard to not be Stephanie right now. I'm trying to be Kazira, who does not have half of a psychology degree. Okay.
Yeah, well, I'll let you guys all know. I've already decided what happened. And just so that you guys all know, so that you're not, I don't know, metagaming this in your head until you're dying, Julian was always evil. He was planted to spy on a group of people that were, I don't know if you remember his backstory, but he is part of a family of people that have been risking their lives collecting and saving and protecting magic. So they just collect it and store it in different safe houses all over their part of the world, and have been since whenever magic was made illegal. And so the bad guys, the circle, or even not even necessarily them, just evil alignment, wanted to get their hands on those spells. So they put him out with his memory wiped, and he's basically charmed. So he believes that he's a guy that grew up as a ranger that suddenly was able to cast some cool spells and has been hiding magic. But at some point through his life, they've made contact with him, said the magic word that triggers him back to himself, and now the charm is breaking. So the nice guy that everybody knew when he joined the group that included Cal, I don't have the note, but anyway, when he joined the group that you guys are all members of, they knew at the time when he joined that there was something dual about him, because he survived being taken captive when supposedly his whole family was killed. So they've known that there was something special about him and have been sort of following him. But I don't even know if they know that the guy that they met isn't his original personality. Now, at 4 or 5 years old, he was dropped off in the woods as a charmed creature to be used as a spy for his whole life. And it's starting to break down. And the other side, the side that's actually the spy, is the side that's smarter. It's the side that knows more and doesn't want anything to do with being used anymore. So he's already alignment deviated from like evil to chaotic neutral.
I'm chaotic. I like that.
Sorry, Stephanie?
I said I'm chaotic neutral. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But just so that you know, he's alignment deviated because of his own decisions, because he doesn't like being used.
mhm.
But
Okay.
that's his actual backstory. He doesn't know that. He still believes that he's Julian, who is a good guy on a good mission, and is losing his memory because of some spells that are on him.
So let me get this straight. Julian is originally alignment evil. He has been split personalities artificially by the bad guys into being neutral, chaotic neutral, but he thinks he's good.
Mm-hmm.
So he's acting good. Okay, that right there is fucking hysterical. All right.
Well, it's all Robert's fault. He's the one that suggested necromancy, and I thought it sounded like an awesome idea to make the character be split
Thanks for
personality.
throwing me under the bus there.
And I've been stuck with trying to figure out how the hell do I make two characters in one brain. And Rob's finally found the mechanic to make it work.
That's awesome.
And I'm comfortable with chaotic neutral. That's why he just got up from the camp and left.
Yeah.
He's like, I've got this weird shit going on and I'm leaving myself notes that I didn't write. Yeah, I don't really care what happens with the dragons. I gotta go.
Okay. So back to being Kazira.
Right. So
back
I
to
just
being
am
Kazira.
confessing it all to you because you're magic, and then I'll have to corner. We'll pretend for the sake of time that I will also do the same thing and corner Gabrion
Gabrion.
and be like, hey, you got to help me.
Sure.
I think one of the things was that I'm playing off of is that Nim recognized one of the items that he's wearing as magical. The charm is tied to the staff that he had when he first joined the group, that he still uses as a walking stick, even though he has a second staff, and to a ring that he wears around his neck. So he can tell you the two magic pieces that need to be looked at. He just he personally hasn't been able to figure them out. So they're not based on arcane magic.
Okay.
So whatever it is, it's non-arcane.
Okay. So here's Kazira's idea.
Okay.
Julian, do you think if I did a medicine check on you that I could determine speaking as a magic user,
Mhm.
do you think a medicine check would help us determine what's going on with you, or do you think animal handling would be better?
I don't know. Like I said, for me right now, it was more a point of making sure that you know what's going on with him and why he just got up and left. Because he left himself a note one night. And he's like, okay, this is enough. I gotta
Yeah,
go. And
I think
that
sometimes you have to do the thing that's best for
after
you.
after this afternoon, we'll have a better idea of what his character sheet actually looks like and what the rules are that Rob has put in place for how to play him and when we'll have which side of his personality, which might actually make it easier for the role checks. What I'm saying is I'm going to put you off until you play
Okay.
before we get into any real deep
Okay.
digging because I don't know that we know the answers yet until Rob and I can go through and make the
Oh,
character and
okay.
flesh him out.
All right. All right. We can put that off for now. When we're in a safe place
Being
and
almost
I'm not looking,
just a nature
I'm
check, a health
constantly
check.
looking up for the dragon to come swooping down.
Oh, you can bet Julian is because yeah, he didn't know it was
We are
even
watching
there.
the sky. I am now
Well,
watching
actually,
the
if you
sky
remember
also.
right, Julian, a little
Did you tell me?
just yeah, I did tell you in the very final part of that minor
I'm going to
essay
look
I
him
wrote you.
because I may have forgot.
Yeah, where I told you that in your attempt to try and get people out of the cage, you barely noticed the large shadow looming over you.
Oh yes,
And the
okay.
last thing you
I'm
remember is the people's screams as you were being buried by rubble.
okay.
All right. All right. So thank you for sharing that with me, Julian. I appreciate your honesty. I want to reassure you that I will help you in any way that I can once the current trauma of maybe there's a dragon about to swoop down on us and we are in a safe place. I would prefer to be back in our keep, frankly, where we know that we're safe.
Where we know we're safe, right?
We know we're mostly safe, and then we can dig into this really deeply and figure out what is going on. Because remember, Kazira thinks that you're good, so she wants to help you. Even though she's chaotic
Well,
neutral,
he thinks he's good.
leans towards good.
He
So
thinks
right
he's good.
now,
Even the
I'm
evil side of him
yes, I'm
thinks he's
functioning
good.
under the belief that you are good and that good is good, and that even though chaotic neutral is what I am, I tend toward good. But I'm also, I'm a loner by nature, so I could freak out at any time. In any case, um, if there's something that you need from me, please don't hesitate to ask. I will do what I can um, to resolve this and help you. Because I'm not wanting to not have you around. You're an asset to our group.
Whoa.
Well, thank you.
And I think that we need you to find all of the hammers and get done what needs done and make the bad things stop happening in our homeland. And
Well, I would agree. I would agree. I mostly just don't ever want to become aware again behind an alley at an inn I've never been to and not remember who I've spoken to.
I can see where that
I
would
find that
be a-
important for all of us.
Yes, yeah, I agree with you on that, and we'll help you to not have that happen again. Yes. So, by the way, Thor, Rob, do I need to be throwing beads of healing at her? How is she doing? Or how's Julian doing? Sorry, was confused for a minute.
Julian.
He's also got like healing stuff, so
Yeah, Julian so far appears to be doing much better. Between
Okay.
cut it out. Between you and Gabrian's healing, appears to be doing quite well.
Okay.
Um,
So how do I erase one of the cure bead things off of my thing that I gave to Julian? I don't know how to do this. Did you just click it and use one of them, or what?
what you would do is, I gotta have it here in front of me. Your necklace of prayer beads. Okay, yeah, I should put this down as a resource in your thing. You have. I told you
Is
you
it?
have.
Yeah, I have it. I have it on my actually it's in my weapons list or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
I just got to
future-
remember what all you've got. What did I put down in your spells? Because I have them. Anything marked with an asterisk in your spell list is part of your prayer beads. I believe it is.
And speak with animals and animal friendship are marked with asterisks because those are my.
Oh no, those are part of your. Those are part of your class. Oh, it
Right.
should be labeled. It should be labeled bead next to it. Bead
Yeah, it
times two,
says
bead times
bead
one.
times
Yeah.
2 cure wounds.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I used
That's
one for
yeah.
Julie.
That's how we'll have to keep track of it because I don't know how else to do it in these character sheets.
Okay, that's fine. I just don't know how to make it only because I used one.
Yeah. So what I've got here is I believe you have 5 beads altogether.
No, I
1,
only have
2,
3.
3.
I have a bless and I have 2 cure wounds.
Oh, there should be some down in
Oh.
second level too.
Oh, I've got 2 lesser restoration and a branding smite. Sorry, they're higher level.
Okay.
That's why.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5.
so
Okay,
there's-
so it's
yeah.
6. Okay, so what you're gonna do is over here in your character sheet, I've put a box above your features, right below your flaws, called Necklace of Prayer Beads. Should be on the middle right hand side.
Let's see, personality traits, ideals, bonds, flaws, necklace of prayer beads. Okay, so
Yeah.
I just make that to 4 or to.
No, I
Yeah.
already set it to 5.
I already made it to
So
5.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you can arrow up and down as many as to keep track of your beads.
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Okay, then that works for me. Thank you.
Alrighty,
Sorry about that.
no worries. We're still kind of working out bugs, so to speak.
Okay.
Okay.
So but yeah, let's see. So you guys have
Okay. So, you-
So how far are we from our keep from here? Pretty far, aren't we?
yeah.
fairly far.
What were you currently doing?
We were gonna go out to this island that's oops, wrong
Vulcan?
button. Sorry. We're going out to this Vulcan island and
Okay.
see if we could find find us another hammer. But then we
Wait.
ran into these giants and decided maybe we should, rescue some townsfolk.
Unfortunately, we got there a bit late.
Yeah. So I'm going to surmise that the dragon went to Vulcan Island because the direction that the dragon was going was north.
Do dragon colors really matter anymore? Like it doesn't put them in a certain chemistry. It doesn't put them in a certain attack type.
Oh, it matters.
Yeah,
They're
it
like
definitely
Pokemon.
Does it?
matters.
Okay, so it does matter still. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because
So-
now dragons no longer have spell lists like they used to. They have lair actions.
Okay,
And
so
they're-
they're
yeah.
specifically defined by their type.
Their lair actions are defined by
Okay.
what type they are, as well as their alignments, same as before.
So should I count red, fire, Vulcan, all as good clues?
Well, as an experienced DM to an experienced player, I would say you would
I'll
probably
look up red dragon, but yeah,
Yeah.
my brain is sort of telling me.
yeah you would probably have a high success rate with that kind of line of thinking.
All right.
So I want to consult our little sea chart that we confiscated.
Okay, what are you looking
And-
for?
I want to try to determine how far we are from the island because what I'd like to do is go to this this southernmost tip of the island and start navigating along the this shore of the island, either until we provoke an attack of opportunity from a dragon, or find the volcano or whatever, and go find some hammers. Because the
Um,
last hammer was being kept by a dragon. So I'm just going to make a wild leap of faith that the next hammer we need is being kept by a dragon on that island.
So you're looking to basically just kind of find out how far to this southern point and then just kind of following the coastline around here?
Yeah, I was actually going to go counterclockwise.
So like from about here and then around this way?
Yeah,
Okay. Easy
yeah,
enough.
that's what I propose we do. Now, do I have line of sight on the island from here, or
From
am I
here-
relying on the chart?
From here, the island itself is visible.
Okay, so
yeah.
so we can head for it by dead reckoning.
Yeah, it's basically about the same distance. Well, maybe a little bit more travel, but it's an island you can see from the coast. It's
Okay.
though it is kind of sitting on the horizon a distance away. You can definitely see the southern horn of it. So from here to there, let's see, here to here. So that's about. This one will take you about maybe 4 hours of travel by sea
Okay.
to get to the destination you want to get to.
That gives people a short rest if we take
Yeah,
turns.
It'll definitely give you guys a short rest, so you'll be able
And-
to use hit dice and everything to revitalize hit points or anything like that.
I don't have my cartography tools with me because I left them at the keep. So I can't make a map of my own, but I've got a pencil and I can read the map to see if there are any. Is there anything marked on the island that they have constructed a dock or anything like that? Has been done yet?
No,
I'm
all the
guessing not, because it's a new island. It's just been created by the volcano.
yeah, literally all the charts you found are basically just routes around the coastline. Things around the Helcar Bay, some ports and various locations in like the Castellan Sea,
So
and
basically,
also
Vulcan Island is
yeah.
not on my map.
it's not on any of these guys' maps. No.
So I'm just gonna have to pencil in and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
That's
basically
what I'm gonna
charting.
do.
You're charting new ground here.
Okay. I'm going to do the best that I can without my tools to sketch in the island as we are navigating along the edge and do the best I can. Since
Okay.
I didn't expect to need to make a map, so I didn't
Yeah.
bring my tools. I brought a
Okay.
pencil.
So, you guys get back onto the boat, pull up anchor. The sun at this point is kind of starting to crest the mountaintops to the east or to the west. Sundown will probably happen within the hour. And it will be nightfall probably well into when you make it to Vulcan Island.
So maybe we should drop anchor a distance away from the coast and have a night's
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah, that'd probably be for the best.
I'll take the first watch.
Okay, but first,
Not that I'm gonna.
before you
I
guys-
can't see in the
yeah.
dark.
before you guys get to that point, I need once again, I need a group strength check to handle the all the rigging, sails, and whatnots. And because you guys are now kind of getting the hang of this, it's not a large galleon; it's just kind of a smaller transport ship. I'll give you guys advantage on this.
Okay, so we have to quick
So,
advantage and quick strength.
so everyone but Kazira make a quick strength check, because you guys are handling the rigging. She's handling the.
We already know I'm gonna fail.
She's handling the wheel.
Okay. Do you want me to do an intelligence check then?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have you do an intelligence check.
Advantage or no advantage?
With advantage. You've got your charts going. You've got visual on the target. So,
Wow.
let's see. 18, 21, 13. Yeah. Okay, yeah, you guys really nailed the rigging there. So, you guys managed to hold yourselves on course. Now I need
Okay.
Kazira intelligence 17. Okay, yeah, you managed to plot the course well. Um, and
I
even
didn't miss
and
lost.
even map it while you're doing it.
Woohoo!
So you guys have your trek
I'm owning the
here,
map.
and you guys kind of um uh the how to describe this because it is a volcanic island. There are a number of um jagged rocks, sheer cliff faces, and um really no sand or beachhead. But you do kind of find a shallow, kind of sloping rock face that dips down into the water that you could probably easily uh, traverse from the water up onto land. Um, the smell itself, the air is sulfurous. It smells like rotten eggs. You hear little rumblings of tremors beneath the ground. Multiple steam vents shoot spray of gas and mist into the air. And every once in a while, you'll see a little orange plume of lava light up the back distance to the far north, where you can see this volcano spewing out, you know, uh, large numbers of black smoke and gas every now and then. And this area is hot. Steam from the shoreline, um, and various other places fills the air with kind of this not so dense pea soup fog, but a very hazy mist around the area at times. Um, you guys drop anchor. Go ahead and give yourselves a long rest. Go ahead and sleep for the night. Um, uh, let's see. Who said they were taking watch?
I'm taking first watch.
Okay.
I'll take last watch. Before we begin watch, I'll ask. I'll check on Julian and kind of just
Old stuff.
yeah, just some quick chat with Julian, see how Julian's doing, and kind of get a rough idea. Because up to this point, I didn't know what kind of caster Julian was. Because we only met briefly. I wanted to get an idea if Julian had any good attack spells at his disposal.
I have a few, but you're going to be better off if we wait till the end of, because he'll definitely share what he knows with you, including things he's never bothered to learn, just things
Okay.
that he's copied down. And Rob will have to decide, because we spent quite a bit of time in a magical library where he copied a bunch of things that he saw, even though he can't cast them,
Oh, okay.
because he keeps magic spells and protects them. So I think I gave you the one book that I had, right, Rob?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I
And so I
actually,
gave you those.
oh, and while we're talking about that, Julian says, "Oh, thank you so much," because I actually was able to flesh out my repertoire as well. But do you currently have anything memorized, or do you need to borrow any of my books for
Everything
the
I
time?
have is from when I picked at level 7.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't need anything that I've picked at a higher level yet, because I haven't. When I went through and I picked a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted, and I put it all in Orcbug, and I got the character totally fleshed out, and I should have totally hit print. I had no idea that I was going to lose him before the next time we
I
print.
know. Freaking orc bug.
Sad.
But it's okay. It's the way it is. But yeah, I
as-
know, like, I've got Magic Missile, and I think I've seen you use that one.
I actually don't
Disguise
have.
Self, Invisibility.
Yeah, I actually don't have magic missile. That's okay. As we're chatting, I kind of take an assessment, kind of put my kind of knuckle to my pursed lips for a little bit and think about it for a moment. I produce a ring and I push it into Julian's hand. I say, attune to this. This is this is spoils from a
Ah.
recent
Alrighty,
battle.
and which?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Sorry, Sean, you're breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
I can,
I can.
but I can't hear Ruth.
Ruth?
Mm.
We're having trouble hearing you.
Oh, crap.
Okay.
Okay, while they're typing, I have a dim memory of saving a scroll case for Julian. Did I actually do that, or am I dreaming?
There was a scroll case.
I remember putting a scroll case aside specifically to give to Julian, but I don't remember when I did that. I was thinking it was when we were being mean to the little shopkeeper dude. It might have
There
been
was
that.
a scroll case. What was it? You guys grabbed it from the loot from the giant you slew in Gamlet.
Yes.
That was actually the one that Sean grabbed. It had Yoshi's crushing sphere in it.
Yeah, no, that's not the one I was thinking. It was an empty scroll case.
An empty scroll case.
Yeah, I have a memory of putting aside an empty scroll case for Julian. And I thought that I got it at the shopkeeper that we were intimidating and being mean to. And then he threw us out because we scared him. Or actually, specifically, Sean scared him. When the shopkeeper did some sort of mumbo jumbo on him.
Now we did get a scroll case of Hold Person, and I also got a scroll of minor elemental summoning. Is that what you're thinking of?
Nope, it was an empty scroll case.
There was a we did pick up a spell book from an ancient druid, which Julian might be interested at some point, but that's the only other kind of unusual thing we picked up from him.
Yeah.
It was earlier than that. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just put that down to my memory sucks, and I have large holes in it. So. Moving on.
Alrighty. So you guys are going to go through the process of a full rest. At this point, I think it's probably a good stopping point. It's almost 2 o'clock. You guys have a full rest. You guys are off the shore of a very well-planned and fleshed out area. So I am going to go ahead and call it here for the day. And let's go ahead and take a break. Maybe 10 minutes. Grab something
No
to eat.
smoking.
Grab a bite to eat. Smoke them if you got them. And then
Oh, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
and then we will
I
come
can hear ya.
back and we will collaborate on getting Julian remastered and ready for action. So
I'm gonna collaborate and listen.
I will see you guys in 10. I'm gonna go ahead and actually end the recording here as well. So
Alright.
yeah, I'll see you guys in 10.